The woman you're about to meet is a true force of nature. She's the founder of Compass Rise Coaching Solutions, the creator of the transformational Energy Edit coaching program, and one of the brilliant minds behind the leadership game Mindsets. Lego your ego. A 24-year military veteran, podcast host, and no stranger to trauma and chaos, she's mastered the art of transforming it into calm and joy. She lives by the mantra, your pivot game is strong. With hope, faith, hard work, and belief, you can achieve anything. Please welcome the unstoppable, the inspiring, the radiant Dr. Jen.
Wow. What a sharp crowd. You guys are just like next level sharp. I feel so privileged to be among you because iron sharpens iron. You all rise to the challenge. You all push through chaos, and you come out on the other side strong. Well, let's be real. It ain't easy. When I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be an Olympic gymnast. I loved flipping through the air, and the best was competitions where I could showcase my talents. I used to beg my mom to get me to practice early because I was all in. But then something changed. Doing flips on that 4-inch narrow balance beam, I was scared. But I got over it. I learned how to train my mind, my body, my spirit. I'd pray to God, and I'd whisper to myself, I love beam. I love beam. And fear didn't stop me. I learned to set a goal, to have faith, belief, work hard, and do it. And that's how I learned my first pivot. Years later, at the tender age of 11 years old, something else changed. Chaos. There I was in the hospital, covered in soot and blood. My hair singed, in shock, feeling like a zombie. I just survived a house fire that stole the lives of my mother, my father, and my sister. My father's dream to build this beautiful house in the woods, safety, love, and everything I knew. I was now an orphan. At that age, I had no idea how to deal with chaos like that. And this was the early 90s. Adults couldn't even make sense of this. But I learned how to train my mind, my body, and my spirit. And I'd pray to God. And I'd whisper to myself, make your parents proud. Fear would not stop me. I'd set a goal. I had faith. I believed. I'd work hard. And I'd do it. And my pivot game was strong. A decade later, I graduated college, and I was off to Manhattan, my new swanky office. Life was so good. And then change. Chaos. America was attacked. I turned on my TV screen from my swanky office, and I watched the towers fall a mile from my building, followed by a mass evacuation. As I exited the building, a sea of strangers moving from downtown to uptown, covered in soot and blood, in shock, walking like zombies. I followed them. I remember this eerie silence. You don't find that in Manhattan. And as I went block by block, I started realizing that I was hearing the buzzing of electric like this, changing the gears in the traffic lights from red, orange, green. Then, in the distance, the jet engines of fighter pilots above the city. For the world, this was a devastation, and for America, this was chaos. But in New York City, the first responders, what I saw was unity and compassion and purpose. It was scary. But I trained my mind, my body, and my spirit, and I prayed to God. And I said, I want to be a protector. Fear would not stop me. With the goal, with faith, belief, work hard and just do it, my pivot game was strong, and I joined the United States Army. I had a mission to help people. I learned how to respond to disaster. I learned how to lead in chaos. And in the 24 years, all these deployments, I realized I was helping the 11-year-old me, covered in blood and soot, singed hair and shock, feeling like a zombie. But perhaps the most bravest thing I ever did was go back to the property where the fire happened a few years ago. And when I got there, the land healed itself. There was a beautiful forest. I still could see the dirt circular driveway etched out from the tires on my parents' car that took our family all over the place. But now, there were shrubs and trees growing in it. And all of you, if you were there, you wouldn't see it. But I saw the story underneath. And I realized that nature healed itself. Nature survived. Nature thrived. And in that moment, I realized I was like nature. The fire was not my survivor story. It was my thriver story. Chaos came into my life very young, and it shaped me. I am resilient. I am fearless. You wouldn't know this looking at me here on stage, but less than 2 months ago, I experienced a sexual assault. And it feels like chaos. But guess what? I walked through the fire. I am strong. I am resilient. And my pivot game is strong because I pray to God and I whisper to myself, give me strength. Fear will not stop me. With a goal, faith, belief, hard work, I can do this. And this is what I help others do. Pivot with power so you can survive and thrive. Your pivot game is strong, and I'm here to help you prove it. I want to ask you, how has the fire of chaos forged and sharpened your iron so that you can not only survive, but thrive? Thank you.